This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
New on Curiosity Stream. Are we close to building machines that are almost human? And can new technology give us superpowers? Find out on Super Sapiens. And in 1919, a British composer wrote the longest and most complex symphony in history. Conductors tried to perform it, but failed, declaring it cursed. Now a group of musicians will attempt the impossible, if they dare, on Curse of the Gothic Symphony. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard the tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back legally on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. The LA Times recently asked Nicolas Cage about things he cares about. Nicolas listed his wife, his sons.
Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
Didn't put that on the list. He's got two cats he cares about, and also his crow, who has a name, Hugin. His crow, Hugin.
Oh.
And Hugin lives in a geodesic dome in his Las Vegas residence. Is that like the Pauly Shore movie, like Biodome? Is that where the crow lives?
That's what it sounds like.
Okay.
Brother! I don't know why. I'm just picturing Hulk Hogan, the crow.
Oh,
Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan. Oh, I see what you did there.
Brother!
Yeah, Cage even shared that Hugin has, quote, taken to calling me names. He says that when he leaves the room, Hugin will say bye and then go, ass.
Wait, so crows talk?
I did not know that.
I haven't gotten mine to talk yet.
I mean, you've been a real pal to him. You think they
you're
start talking to you?
Yeah, they're all my chromies. They caw a lot, but they don't actually say any words yet.
Well, it turns out there were some videos online that actually do show crows talking. Here's a video that was posted a few years ago of a crow yapping his head off.
What's up, buddy? What's up? What's up? I know, right? I know.
No.
What are you looking at? How are you? How are you? Hello. Do you have a bad cough? I love you.
What?
That has to be fake.
No way.
I mean,
Crows don't talk. How did I not know that until right now?
Well, yeah, I've never heard of such a thing. I mean, obviously parrots, parakeets, whatever the heck, those kind of creatures, those birds. So it's not, I don't know what makes a parrot have the ability to talk as opposed to any other bird, but okay.
There's videos out there. Meet Jet, the talking crow, a talking crow in Orlando.
Wow.
What
I guess
the hell?
no one's ever thought of having pet crows. You don't see them, so therefore no one ever really tried. But I guess they have the capability. Look, I can only believe what the internet says. We could be definitely hoodwinked on this one. But
So I guess there's a type of crow called a corvid, and it's part of the crow family. And also like ravens, they can mimic human speech.
Whoa.
Rev, your crows are not. They need to step it up and start having conversations. You didn't stop telling me to go caca.
I give them all the peanuts and everything. They could at least thank me.
You got to enroll them in crow school.
Wow.
I just love also that it's just trolling Nicolas Cage. Like,
yes.
It's bad enough for him that some people consider him to be like a joke of Hollywood. Now he's got a crow making fun of him as he's leaving the room. They're talking S behind his back.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I love that.
I actually recently learned that there was a seal once who actually could talk. I learned that on TikTok. He was a talking seal back in like the 80s or something. His name was Hoover because apparently ate a bunch of food and sucked it up like a Hoover.
Oh, is there video maybe? Like, I don't know if Rev can find.
Audio, I think, because it was
I want to hear what Hoover sounds like.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got it. It's not real video. It's just the audio of it. But
okay.
Hello.
That sounds like me when my wife's trying to get me out of bed.
Yeah. Look, nothing against you.
Is breakfast ready?
This was in Boston, Massachusetts.
Yeah, sorry, but nothing against Hoover, but he sucks.
oh wow.
Just say. Thank you. Thank you very much.
You did there.
See, there you go. Yeah, I feel like Hoogan has it over Hoover.
So it says all corvids, crows and ravens and such, are very intelligent and can talk. Crows and ravens are part of the corvid family.
Okay. I mean, so look at, of course, Nick Cage has got a talking crow. Of course he does.
But crows can talk, but can they do this?
I mean, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's it. That's the best. That Matthew McConaughey crow's getting around.
Well, he is the ladies' parrot.
Yeah, he's the ladies' parrot, all right. So and of course, I think that since they mimic human speech, Nicolas Cage must be calling people ass a lot. Or somebody must be calling him an ass a lot.
Someone is, yeah.
That is what I think. I think whenever he leaves the room, someone in his family is like, man, Dad's such an ass. Or my husband, what an ass. I can't believe he did Ghost Rider.
Yeah. Hoogan's like, all right, everybody, I'm going to join this party. Hey, ass.
Somebody said that there's a reason that Edgar Allan Poe wrote, quote, "The Raven, nevermore."
Oh.
Because it maybe actually spoke?
I guess.
That's kind of cool.
Wow.
You know what? Learning stuff. Look at me learning stuff today, years old. That's pretty awesome. All right, so Rev, you have a job to do. You need to get your crows to talk, your chromies.
I got to split time between the crows and Peanut the squirrel? This is going to be tough.
No, Peanut can't talk. You need to just tell Peanut it's over. Now that you have a new mission, you got to get talking crows, and you have no time for Peanut.
You're really quickly becoming Reverend Doolittle.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
you
want
are.
that. I would love to have all sorts of animals that could talk, not just to me, because then that just seems crazy.
Oh, yeah, that's what seems crazy about you in this situation.
Yeah, Rev, he's like 80 years old, never leaves his house except to sit on the porch and talk to all the birds and squirrels.
Sounds
What do you-
good to
I
me.
was gonna say, I
80
can
years
really
old.
see
Can I
that.
do that this week?
Yeah, he's doing that now, Steve. Let's be honest.
All right, fair. Maybe he's a little bit more committed to it, though, by the time he's 80.
Between Rev and Vicky, we have a cute old couple. Well, one was a little, they're both eccentric, but, they're at least, a harmless old couple. One talking to the and one just quilting her ass
I was
off.
going to say one's knitting a sweater for the crow,
Yeah.
while the other one's talking to the crow.
Yeah, this is,
Dear
yeah.
Crow, what color sweater would you like?
This is the kind of crazy you want everybody to go. You know what I mean? This is what you're supposed to do when you go crazy. Just be that harmless person that people just go, oh, yeah, they're just doing their own weird stuff.
Can a documentary crew show up to Nicolas Cage's house? It could be a
Yes.
short doc. It doesn't have to be anything long. And just kind of do a little piece about him and his relationship with this crow.
Love this
I
idea.
want footage of that crow calling him an ass.
Dude, you hit on a good idea, like all the weird pets that celebrities have. Because, who was it from Alice in Chains that had the tiger or lion or whatever?
Oh, Sean, the drummer.
Yeah.
Sean
yeah.
Connery.
So how about and of course you got Mike Tyson supposedly with his tiger and I don't know.
That was The Hangover.
Are you sure that was a documentary?
He has pigeons. I
Yeah,
believe.
that's what it is. Pigeon. See, I think that would be a great documentary just to interview all these folks and go, why do you have these, weird domesticated creatures that really aren't normal domesticated creatures?
Mm-hmm.
I'd watch that documentary.
Oh, absolutely. It'd be a lot of fun. Although I don't know if every one of those celebrities is willing to give us that kind of access. I feel like Nicolas Cage would, though.
Oh, yeah. We have to get somebody legit on our side. I know a filmmaker. I know someone that, does a lot of cool, recordings and makes commercials legit. So we got somebody. We just, we'll float the idea and see if we can get him involved. You know him too, Steve. We were in one of his things. Yeah,
Dude,
Keith
that was
Rivers.
an adult movie I do not want to admit to.
Oh, sorry.
My alias Stevie Bone.
Yeah, Stevie Bone. Not talking about, not that Stevie Bone movie. I'm talking about, okay.
I was like, geez, man, I can't keep a secret with you ever.
I wasn't talking about that. You were in something else, Stevie Bone. It wasn't just that. All right. We got a new poll. Found out that 70% of Americans plan to have more fun with their finances over the next decade. Todd Peach from BECU is going to be so happy about this.
Yeah, we don't want to read this to him. His brain might explode.
You know what? It's a good thing, though, to say to him, like, okay, people want to do this. Over the next decade, people want to spend more freely instead of just saving. And that's what 70% of Americans want to do. And 60% say they plan to go all out because they want to make up for stuff they haven't been able to do during the pandemic. So these 2 years have basically had Americans go, I do not care about my future. I'm blowing it off.
Screw it. Time.
Yeah.
Life is precious. Let's have some fun with it.
All right, so I got a top 7 a list of what people are going to blow their money on, and I figure, what about you guys? Let's just say that's what you were going to do. I mean, some of you may be responsible, though probably not. All right,
goalie pads on the list.
There it is, number 5.
Specific.
Yeah.
Okay, well, number 5 is clothes, but I'm going to call it clothes. Yeah,
I do have to wear them on my legs.
yeah. So really, that's what you. So if you would, that's what you do. You go out there and blow them on more goalie pads.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I want full on like cracking color gear.
There you go.
Oh, there we go.
Dude, nice.
Honestly, I just want Chris Drieger's goalie pads, the ones that have the tentacles going up.
those are so cool.
There's a price for everything, man.
You know, not really, but I don't want to see him get traded. But maybe he'll get traded at the trade deadline. They'll leave the pads behind, and I don't know. They'll just magically end up on my doorstep.
There you go.
Wow, there's a lot that
Putting
has
it
to
out to
happen
the
there.
universe.
Wow. I mean, even if part of that happened, you still really don't want to do anything. You're just like, hey, they'll magically show up. But you're
I'd
blowing
say
your money.
It would be awesome to have some cracking colored gear.
Yeah, I would.
All right. Okay, so how about you, Rev? You're going to blow your money over the next 10 years, which is a beating. 10 years is like, I mean, that's a lot of compound interest that you're throwing out the window, but okay.
Wow. Okay. No, you know what? The big thing I would buy right now is a Murphy door for my upstairs room.
That turns into a bed?
No, a Murphy door is just a hidden door, so it'd be like a bookshelf door or something along those lines. But I would get one of the big fancy ass ones that's got like the magnetic locks, and you can use like the little like the book trigger to open it up. Because
yeah.
I've decided to take to decorating the house, so I turned the upstairs room into what I call the rainbow room, and I want to have a little hidden way to get up into it.
Oh, so Vicky's showing me a lot of pictures. So they do sell and make these for people.
Yeah, you can do the install ones yourself at Home Depot, but those are still like almost $1,500.
Whoa,
I'm looking at I'm looking at like the really amazing ones that go for about $4,000 to $6,000.
Ah, there you go,
which
buddy.
is why I haven't done it yet, because
Yeah.
that's like a lot of winning money. I can't just use that.
That would be so sick, though, to have a secret door.
Yeah, it would.
You know who we blame for that is our good friends over at Mott's Boarding House, because they have an excellent one, the one in Bellevue, and it's just like Rev said, it's a cool looking bookcasey thing that opens up into their speakeasy room, and it's a whole other like private room that you can have a function, birthday parties and stuff. Mm-hmm. And ever since I saw that, and I think Rev too, we were both like, why?
Oh, it's so cool. Yeah, absolutely.
I was wanted one ever since the Addams Family back in the
That's what I was just saying.
I had it too. Yeah.
All the old movies, like any of those like suspense murder mystery or random films.
Or even Batman with the bat hole.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you this. You're right. When you see one up close and personal, it makes you want it even more. You're right.
Bet.
I mean, you're right. Ever since the old Batman TV show, I wanted to like have a bust of Shakespeare that I could pull back and flick a button and have the whole thing slide over, just like the old school Adam West style. Man.
And I'd want a couple of them. I think would be fun. Like one that actually is like leads to like a fun man cave type of a room.
Yeah.
Then another one that just goes to something random and ridiculous, like a bathroom. You know what I mean? Like,
Your hidden bathroom.
They'd be like, oh wait, this is a secret room, and they figure it out, and they get in there, and it's just a toilet.
But the book to open the door is Everybody Poops.
Yes.
Ooh, nice.
Great call.
That's pretty cool.
Now I have a reason to buy that at Target.
All right. By the way, I'm going to call that home goods and decor. That's number 2 on the list.
You made the list.
Nice.
Good job, buddy. All right. Okay, so Vicky, how about you? You are going to blow your money in the next 10 years. What are you going to blow it on?
A talking crow. No, I'm just kidding.
Talking crow. All right. Not too difficult. You'll have to train it, or maybe you'll just, steal somehow, get cages, get Nicholas's.
I really just want like a brand new car that's a big car, because I've driven my parents' SUV around for a bit, and I really want to feel like a big person. There's something awesome about sitting in an SUV when you're 5'1". You're like, yeah.
So you're saying size matters?
A little bit, yes.
Gotcha. All right.
Yeah.
I like feeling big.
We could give Vicky one of those those children's Jeep Wranglers that they sell at the store. That's still a big car for you, right?
I mean, as long as you put a booster seat in so I could reach.
Yeah. I thought a Bug was a big car for Vicky. Hey.
Well, not anymore.
Okay, I've got my eye on a Genesis SUV, which of course is the Hyundai luxury brand. Like Lexus is the Toyota luxury brand. I have a couple of people have told me that it is a fantastic vehicle with all the bells and whistles, and will not cost you as much as some of those fancy name models. And so I got my eye on.
That's pretty.
Yeah. Got my eye on that, Vic.
I know see you in that, BJ.
I know some people up at Lee Johnson up there at Hyundai of Everett. So, Vic, let me know. Maybe we'll go up and maybe we'll go blow our money together and get matching Genesis SUVs. I'm up for it.
Motor Trend said it's a seriously impressive luxury SUV.
Ooh. How about that? Yeah, I might have to make that happen someday. I'm getting closer. I'm getting closer and closer, man.
We got 10 years. Come on.
Car's not on the list. But you know what? What you do with a car is number one. What you can do with a car, number one on the list.
Sex.
Oh, that too.
Whoa! What did Steve say?
Sex. He said sex.
Of course he did. Yeah, there we go. Vicky, you're more correct. Traveling.
Correct.
Yeah,
but Steve's not wrong.
No, I suppose you can travel and have sex at the you can do that too.
Don't blame me. Blame the hint.
Yeah.
Blame the hint.
Blame the hint.
Maybe
Yes.
blame the brain.
Yeah. Again, we're talking about the top 10 things that Americans are going to blow their money on because they're tired of the pandemic and want to enjoy what they haven't been able to enjoy.
See, mine kind of goes into traveling, but it's also just going to shows with all the new emo shows that are being listed, and they're going for like $5,000. It's like you have to travel to get there, but then you're also going to a concert.
Yeah, just
and
go
you
to
spend
Vegas.
You spend your entire life savings.
Yeah, stay in Vegas for a month. You could see all those emo festivals.
They got emo cruises now.
Yeah, they do.
So, Danny, how do you feel like the fact that you're old enough now, they're marketing to you all this sort of luxury stuff for a concert goer?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, a cruise is definitely for someone that's got, that really wants to live the fun life.
Dude, I saw the list of the artists on the cruise, and nothing makes me want to jump off of a cruise ship more than seeing Dashboard Confessional perform. I'd be like, oh, your hair's everywhere. I'm out.
No, I
deuces, hit the water.
And that one's like a specifically emo one where it's like it's going to be all sad songs. I would rather do they did a Warped Tour Rewind at Sea one year where it was like all party bands. That's the kind of cruise I would want to go on. So, but
number 6 on the list, Danny, concerts and other live entertainment. People want to blow all their money on that.
Well, if you've seen ticket prices these days, it makes sense.
And the older
do I
you
want to
get,
pay my heat or do I want to see a band play?
Yeah.
That's why Danny doesn't have his heater on.
It's true.
Well, Danny, listen, you got to save that money for something. Do it, buddy. That's number 6 on the list. So we've done a pretty good job. This is interesting that people consider this like a luxury to blow your money on, because I feel like we would do this whether it was a pandemic or not, and that's eat out at restaurants. I mean, I feel like a lot of us do that anyway.
Oh, almost at least once a week right now.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So unless that's all they intend on doing,
gotta help them
every day
small businesses,
dude. Man, I want to keep Honto's teriyaki alive. So 2 days ago, what did I do? Got some Honto's teriyaki.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
But I wonder if it's more of like a YOLO thing. Like we're gonna go to a nice steakhouse every month and spend a grip of money. Because that, treat yourself.
Yeah, you only live once. Give me that tomahawk.
Exactly.
There you go.
Shove it in my face.
Oh man! All right, so that's number 4. We talked about traveling, home goods, decor. Number 3 on the list, which is me, and that would be more gadgets and electronics. I would go out and get the fanciest. I want to get that TV that rolls up and rolls down,
That
so you
is
can
cool
have it go
looking.
everywhere.
Yeah.
And I mean, granted, the thing is ridiculously priced, but I love that plan. It is, to be able to just have that go wherever you want it to go.
I could get that virtual drumsticks where you just play the drumsticks and wherever you hit it, it makes drum sounds.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you can air drum. It's like $150. I just saw it on a Facebook targeted ad now.
I want that too.
They got you.
I got news for you. That's a lot cheaper than the TV I want to get. You should go for it, Steve.
Put little things on your feet so it controls the bass pedal and it's like...
Treat yourself.
Yeah, and my last clue is going to be for all the Carrie Bradshaws of the world, your Sex and the City people.
Cosmos.
That's not what Carrie loves as much. She loves Cosmos. I guess you guys really didn't watch the show. Carrie is known for having a ridiculous shoe collection, and that's what people would say they would spend their money on.
Sneakerheads and stuff, too.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're absolutely right. If you want to be just an ordinary sneakerhead like Patrick Mahomes, in the commercial, go there and get him done. Yeah, I could. And you know what? I would. I could go crazy for Vans, actually. So that's what I would do. If I
down by the river?
No,
the shoes.
So
Farley shoes. Okay.
Okay, jeez. So since we're talking a little bit about cool things, how about the car from one of the most iconic films from the 90s is now up for sale? Which car am I talking about? I'll tell you at 8:20 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs. Mornings on The Rock. 99.9 KISW.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
New on Curiosity Stream, the Arctic, frigid, desolate, unforgiving. And without canine companions, early humans never stood a chance. Discover how man and dog learn to thrive together where neither could survive alone in Ice Dogs. Plus,
why would a Nazi major be protecting and saving Jews?
Against orders, against time, the SS major that sheltered and saved thousands of Jews. It's the good Nazi. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, 1 in every 5 children killed in traffic crashes in the U.S. was a pedestrian. That's why 3M is working alongside local governments and NGOs to help improve crosswalk visibility and traffic markings in school zones, in a worldwide initiative to provide kids with a safe walk to school and access to the education they deserve. To learn more and take action, visit 3m.com/schoolzonesafety. 3M Science. Applied to life.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. You guys remember the Mirthmobile, which was the 1976 Pacer car from Wayne's World?
Oh, yeah, that's the one that Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah. Yes, yeah. And I didn't know they called it the Mirthmobile. I totally haven't seen that movie in so long. Well, how about Garth's car recently hit the auction block? And like you said, Steve, the Mirthmobile was big with the Bohemian Rhapsody karaoke scene. It can also be spotted in the airport scene where Wayne and Garth contemplate life's greatest questions as a plane takes off right over them.
I forgot about that. Yeah,
there it is. I don't have any idea what the price is going to be. They're saying they're taking bids with no reserve, which I don't know what that means in the world of bidding. But
I can't imagine it just starts at whatever someone's willing to bid on it. $5.
Yeah, I don't know if I mean, it's cool to own. I suppose it'd be cool to have it if you're a super Wayne's World fan.
I would love it, even like as a marginal Wayne's World fan, because you know somebody out there is going to see it and just be like, that's awesome. But the only thing is the pressure that you have on yourself that you always have to play Bohemian Rhapsody. If the windows are down and I pull up at a light and I look over and someone has the Mirthmobile and they're not playing Bohemian Rhapsody, I'm going to be like, you are a poser.
Okay, look at you.
You deserve that car.
Okay.
What if it just plays every Queen song but Bohemian Rhapsody?
Oh, that's epic trolling right there.
So that's the requirement. As far as you're concerned, whoever gets it must always play Bohemian Rhapsody out of the speakers. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
You don't think?
Listen, man, this is your rules, your car. Of course, that's why you don't want to get the car, because your own. How about you basically prevented yourself from getting the car that you might want because you've created a rule that makes you not want it?
Well, I'm trying to think okay, I know we've had this conversation before, but it's always fun to kind of revisit it. Like, what iconic television or movie car would you want?
Oh, we've talked about items, but car.
Besides the Batmobile.
Yeah.
Let's leave that one out because I feel like that's your go-to. That's all of our go-tos probably at some point.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, that's going to take a little bit of thought because, I mean, I was raised on the Adam West Batmobile.
Right.
Because there's a lot of different Batmobiles. When you say Batmobile, you have a lot to choose from now.
I know.
But you're just like all of them.
They're
just
all off the list.
Every single Batmobile.
Well, what about I haven't even seen really a whole lot of Robert Pattinson's Batmobile yet. I mean, that should be fair game.
Off the table.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Unless it's one of those V-dub vans.
Oh, yeah.
Made it to be like a Batmobile?
That would be fantastic.
Then we can put that back on the table.
Imagine if Volkswagen went to Warner Brothers and said, look, for product placement, we want one of our vehicles, one of our buses is a Batmobile, and we're going to pay you any money you want.
Be the
At some
electric
point,
one, yeah.
you know what I mean? At some point, they'd be like, all right, I guess we're going to have to make a movie, and he's going to drive a bus.
This product placement will cover the entire budget for Batman.
Yeah, all right.
Will you do it? Yes.
Yes. They would trick it out. I think that Batman would, you know what? He could make that a pretty good assault vehicle, a VW bus.
Get in the Bat bus.
Yeah.
So now I was thinking, and I wanted to keep it in the 90s, and I was thinking because I know that there's at least one around, but the Jurassic Park truck, like the Ford Explorer or whatever the hell it is, like I would love to have one of those. That would be super cool.
All right, well, I think this qualifies as a car. I'm going to take it anyway, and you guys can kick me off of this one.
Is it a skateboard? I'm going to smack you.
No, it's not a skateboard. Vicky will back me up because it brings back old school and a little new school for me as well, and that's the Chariot from Lost in Space. It is a vehicle. It doesn't have wheels per se because it more has, well, actually, the new one did have wheels. Yeah, the old one actually was like a tank. It had that kind of tank. What do you call those things that tanks roll on? Sort of like a band of...
the treads or whatever.
The treads, yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're talking about a car type thing.
The Chariot from Lost in Space, man. I always wanted that as a kid. I remember always wanting that toy and never got it. I was so bummed out. It was like, I had to make a choice. Do I want the robot from Lost in Space or the Chariot? And I could never get both of them. So I was like, well, I love the robot, but I always was secretly upset that Santa made me choose one or the other.
I think I want the station wagon from National Lampoon's Vacation.
Oh, wow. Well, yeah, you love station wagons.
Yeah, it's the green one with the wood paneling on it.
That makes sense.
And then have a stuffed animal, like a dog stuffed animal tied to the bumper.
The family trickster.
Yes.
Yeah. Are you going to have somebody on the roof? You're going to have, what's-her-face, grandma, whatever?
Sure. A fake one, but yeah.
Okay,
grandma
fair enough.
I could have went this would have been very self-serving because you're getting a sick, expensive car, but the car from Ferris Bueller's Day Off, remember Cameron's?
Oh, right.
The Ferrari.
Yeah.
A 61 Ferrari.
I am a little
twist
disappointed.
my arm on that one, boys.
I'm a little disappointed in you, Steve, because I thought for sure I knew what you were going to pick.
What's that?
And that would be, I'm going to see if anybody else picks it because somebody might still do it. But once we get Danny and Vicky, I am shocked. I thought I know exactly what Steve's going to say.
I'm trying to think of something different because I know we've had this chat before, so I didn't want to go with the usual stuff.
Yeah. Oh, maybe that's what I'm remembering is you did pick this one before. All right, Vic?
Well, I want something van-esque. So I usually say Mystery Machine, but I thought of it. I kind of want something big. I want the P-Wagon from Kill Bill.
Oh!
I want something that's big.
The kitty wagon. Okay.
Yep. You and I could go cruising. I'll be in my National Lampoon station wagon.
Right.
You'll be in the cat wagon.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly, because both of those really are... Yeah.
It is so bright and obnoxious.
It's
and
such
awesome.
Weird-looking truck, but there's plenty of space. It's got the 2 rows or whatever.
Oh, and the flames in the front.
And then it says P-Wagon.
And Danny, what do you want? A lifeboat on wheels from Titanic? Is that what you want?
No, the hearse from the Addams Family.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the one from the 90s movies where they're driving around and it looks awesome. I want that.
I've always wanted a hearse.
Same. I've always wanted to buy a hearse, and everyone looks at you kind of weird when you say that. And it's like, I think it'd be great to have that parked outside my apartment.
Dude, my buddy's old band, the Dirty Birds, I think it was that band. They had for their hitting the road tour vehicle. They play around town, but they were able to fit all their equipment in it. They had an old hearse, and they decked it out.
So cool.
And it was always awesome when they showed up to a gig because it was just like them, and I can't remember the band, but we had another band that had an old ambulance that they gutted out.
That's
so
great.
they would show up to the random clubs, and you're just like, man. And then we'd pull in my old 81 station wagon. So it's like the most random, weird lineup of tour vehicles for showing up to these shows.
That's awesome.
My buddy Adam has a purple hearse that he parks out in front of his restaurant down in Tacoma, and it's such an icon. I love the thing so much.
Ooh, purple hearse.
Yeah, it looks super cool.
It's almost like what the Joker might sort of kind of ride around in. All right.
So it's a mix. If you're going to go with a station wagon or a wagon, just go with the Ghostbusters Ecto-1. That's a great pick.
Yeah.
You know what's another one? And it's a little bit more it'll date me a little bit, but you guys remember the movie Christine.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Dude.
That's what you go with, is Christine, huh?
58 Plymouth Fury. I'm not a car guy, but I love old-looking cars. I would love...
the big old fishtails on the
back.
Yeah.
I would love just to cruise around in an old car. It wouldn't be my... Obviously, go to work car because I'd go broke from the gas mileage probably. But something just in the summer, just to kind of like just drive around and just enjoy being in old cars where it's at.
That's why I think the 1967, 68 Batmobile, is so good looking because it has the fins, it has that 60s design to the car. And, I do like that style myself. I thought you were going to say Kit. I thought for sure you were going to go for the Kit.
Yeah, I was thinking that you would have as well, yeah.
Yeah, I'm shocked you didn't go with Kit.
But it has to come with
Knight Rider.
It has to come with a voice.
Well,
And Hasselhoff.
You know what? I didn't realize it had to come with Hasselhoff. That's going to be tougher. The voice you can do because now we have technology. You can talk into it like Alexa and have it do
That's
whatever
a good
you want.
point. And Hasselhoff riding shotgun with me all the time. Right? We'd go get burgers and I'd watch him eat them.
See,
drunk.
I don't think we can. I think that's against the law to force a human being to just sort of be your friend like that.
I'll give him one day with me and it won't be forced anymore.
Okay. Oh, really?
Yeah,
all it takes is one day. And
all it takes is just one day of him and I hanging out. He'll have so much fun.
No idea that you were that compelling of a being. All right, good.
We'll get drunk, not drive, obviously. We'll just leave the car at the parking lot at Dick's and we'll just eat burgers together.
Or do like Guy Fieri and just have somebody just pull your car around like you're driving.
That's awesome. Good thinking, BJ.
Yeah, then you can drink all you want. You're not driving.
You know
but
you're allowed to sit in the back seat for that kind of
wow,
idea.
look at me. All right.
I don't even think there is a back seat in Kit.
I don't know either.
Not.
I guess I'll have to be in the trunk, but that's
Very
all right.
cramped.
I'll do what I do.
So is it the Munsters car?
Dragula, right?
Dragula, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's always a battle. Your Munsters fans and your Addams Family fans, because a lot of people, say one's better than the other, and the car is part of that debate. Like, the Munsters have a cooler car.
What about someone said? I'm surprised nobody chose the DeLorean from Back to the Future. Oh, a lot of people have been texting. That's a good one.
Yeah,
we
I want to go with something different, but
we don't need roads, buddy. That's why we're going to dictate that.
Yeah, if I can get the hover version of that, that'd be pretty sweet.
What about the A-Team van? Someone texted.
Oh, good call.
Somebody's got one around here. I've seen it.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember seeing it at a Halloween party in I think it was in Kirkland. This is over 10 years ago. And four guys that they dressed up as the cast of the A-Team and they had the A-Team vehicle to go around in. And it was awesome.
Wow, that is cool.
It was pretty elaborate.
Yeah, see, that's something you can do.
And I think they were bouncing from bar to bar to wherever there were costume parties. I bet they raked in dough that night and won a bunch of costume parties.
Probably, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you can't really beat that when you get the van outside.
When you get the van outside.
I mean, seriously, you go, oh, yeah, you guys just say, oh, no, that's not our full costume. We need to go outside for our full costume. And then you're like, okay, you guys win. Yeah, nice.
So what about OJ's Bronco?
Oh.
It was featured on television.
Okay, it was on television. You're right.
So I thought Miggs would go with OJ's Bronco. I love that Bronco.
And were you going to force Al Collins basically to drive you around too? Is that how this whole thing goes?
Or at least somebody named Al.
All right.
I have my buddy Alan Jepson. I'll have him ride there.
Oh, okay. You can get Cato. I bet Cato would probably hire Cato.
You can call him.
Cato Kalin will be probably.
He didn't ride in the Bronco. He has to stay over. I don't want him staying over.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
Fair enough. Okay.
I forgot about Cato Kalin.
Yeah. I think most people did.
Yeah.
He made a career out of just being a guy that hung out at OJ's house, right?
Yeah. He was represented by our agent at some point.
Our agent's represented everybody. He represents us. I mean, that's not much of a feather in the cap.
Yeah. Well, he does have some people. I think he just doesn't talk about us. He's got people, but we never get mentioned as
right.
I
got Mike Tyson.
I got this guy. I got that
Bray
guy.
Wyatt from the old WWE days.
Yeah, I got all those people.
A couple of knuckleheads in Seattle.
That's us. Yeah, that's it. Well, there's a survey that was done about the top food-related arguments that we have with our partner, which, look, there's a lot of things you argue about as a couple, money, of course, being one of them. I didn't realize that food was a thing that's, hitting these things, but it makes sense. It does make sense now that I think about it. And the big argument is where to go out to eat, which,
Where you want to go to? I don't know. Where do you want to go? What are you in the mood for? I don't know. What are you in the mood for? How about we have chicken teriyaki or something? No, I'm not in the mood for teriyaki. I give up.
Yeah,
I give up.
And that's the crazy thing is that a lot of times I'll eat anywhere, and so a lot of times I'm like, what do you want to eat? She's like, I don't know, what do you want to eat? I'm like, literally anything. Name a restaurant and we will go there. I'm not picky, and she still cannot come up with an answer.
Well, and I was saved by my buddy Satyen when we did those relationship courses back in the day up at Warrior Sage in Canada. And so there's always one partner in your relationship that wants you to make a decision. They do not care what you pick, but they just don't want to have to pick something. So when you say I'm easygoing, pick anything,
right.
If you have that partner that wants you to do it, you've lost. Even though you think you're the most easygoing person in the world, they really just want you to pick something, and eventually you'll hit on something they like.
I mean, eventually. That's the whole thing, though, is that I'm like, what Steve said is like, let's go get Mod Pizza. Oh, I don't want Mod Pizza tonight.
That's when I tap out.
Let's go to Subway. Oh, I don't want Subway tonight. Then I don't know what to tell you. Like, right. I made the decision, and you don't want to go to these places.
I'll usually go one, maybe two recommendations. If they get shot down, then it's like the pressure is on you. I've given you my options. You said you wanted anything. I offered anything, and you said no to it.
Yep.
At this point, I'll eat, because I'm not, dude. Take me anywhere. I'll go. I mean, you can take me to Chuck E. Cheese, and I'll be like, pizza, let's go.
Yeah. Well, that's why you got to know the restaurants in your neighborhood, or at least close around you. I have 10 different places that I can recommend, which they're different, like different cuisines. Because if two sometimes doesn't do it. Every once in a while, it's like, two isn't enough. And I've learned this. While you guys are like, yeah, you tap out, but I go, yeah, two. I got to at least have 5.
I at least do 10.
Wow.
And they all get shut down.
You have 10 that get shut down?
Oh, yeah.
At that point, you should just go somewhere and eat on your own.
That's what I say. I'm just going to make ramen noodles at home because I don't care.
Let's be fair, though, Danny. Are they 10 pizza places, or do you have variety?
No, 8 of the 10 are pizza places.
Oh, all right.
Come on.
Yeah, all right. Mod Pizza. Oh, not Mod Pizza. How about Pizza Hut? Oh, not Pizza Hut. Okay, how about Zeke's? Oh, no. You're so unreasonable.
No, BJ, it's funny you mention that, though, because we do have like a rotation. We always laugh about that. It's like, okay, we got... What do you want? Do you want sushi? Do you want teriyaki? Do you want Thai food or Indian? Like those, or pizza?
Yeah.
And that's our rotation. And it's like, and some of them are weather based. Like if it's kind of overcast or raining, okay, that's an Indian food. Let's remove sushi from the mix.
Yeah.
Sunny and nice out, sushi's. And Thai food also's in there. Let's put it back in the mix. It's so dumb, but that's the way we work. And it's worked out well, though, because rarely do we argue anymore about food. We have our rotation, and one of them, I'm fine with one of them, and so is my wife.
What was really cool is when Duke's opened a place up in Lincoln Square in Bellevue. So now I get seafood on the list, so that's a nice thing to be able to throw on there. Because my wife will be like, ooh, fish and chips. I haven't had those in a long time. You go, boom, there's a new one on the list, baby. Oh, yeah. And, of course, I get the chowder, which, of course, is awesome.
Chowder. I just texted said, it's an easy trick. Ask your partner to guess where you're taking them, and then their first guess is where you go.
I love that trick.
I tried that, and I said the Acropolis. Damn it, Linda.
There you go.
And my wife's like, no, that's not what I was thinking. I'm like,
no, sorry. Yeah, shucks.
I'm for sure you want to go to Portland and have some steak tips.
Of course. Yeah, it's great food, honey.
That's right, you're vegan, but they have Texas toast. There's no meat on that.
Yeah, they do.
Slab with butter. I know of a vegan place nearby.
Yeah, there we go.
Casa Diablo, is it?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Good luck to you on that one.
No luck is needed.
Yeah.
These are all make-em-ups, BJ. I'm never going to try that.
Yesterday, Steve, he did get this one right.
What S word is defined as a lateral curvature of the spine?
Scoliosis?
Yes. Wow. You did a good job with that.
I sounded very confident.
Yeah, you did. You want a shot at beating Steve? You got it. 206-421-ROCK. We're playing Beat Miggs at 8:48 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How do I know if bankruptcy is going to provide me with relief? What are the steps for my situation?
There's so much information out there about bankruptcy with the internet and what people have heard from friends and other people that they've talked to about their financial issues or bankruptcy. There's also a lot of bad information out there or urban legends about bankruptcy. In order to determine whether bankruptcy makes sense for you, you need to talk to an attorney that's experienced in bankruptcy. So in order to determine whether bankruptcy makes sense for you, you should talk to an experienced bankruptcy attorney. And my job is not to convince you to file bankruptcy. My job is to help you to make that decision and have all the facts so that you can make an informed decision about whether bankruptcy makes sense for you, what benefits it's going to have for you, and what the downside of filing bankruptcy is.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. When we think about the COVID-19 vaccine hesitancy in the Black community, let's remember, it didn't happen by chance. It's justified in history. But the will to change the narrative is strong today, and our people are lending their voices to the conversation. We're sharing our stories and the reasons that made us choose the vaccine so we can lead the way for others to make a well-informed choice too. To hear our stories, visit hereforuswa.org.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, 1 in every 5 children killed in traffic crashes in the U.S. was a pedestrian. That's why 3M is working alongside local governments and NGOs to help improve crosswalk visibility and traffic markings in school zones, in a worldwide initiative to provide kids with a safe walk to school and access to the education they deserve. To learn more and take action, visit 3m.com/schoolzonesafety.
3M Science, applied to life.